Thanos wiped out half of all life in the universe to save it from running out of resources. Trillions of beings, gone in a single snap. There's just one problem. The math says it was almost completely pointless. The universe would be full again within one lifetime. And in the next 10 minutes, you'll understand exactly why, better than the Mad Titan ever did. Let's set the scene. Thanos believes the universe has a fatal flaw. There's too much life, and not enough to go around. Left unchecked, he says everyone is doomed to fight and starve. So he gathers the 6 Infinity Stones and with one snap, erases exactly half of all living things. Random, fair, merciful in his mind, balance restored. And half is a lot. On Earth alone, that's 4 billion people. Picture everyone you know, and imagine a coin flip deciding who stays and who turns to dust. That's the scale of what he did, across every planet, all at once. The real question is whether it was worth it. And for that, we need math, not feelings. Here's the uncomfortable part. Thanos isn't ranting nonsense. His logic sounds reasonable. Resources are finite. Population keeps climbing. Eventually, the line for mouths to feed crosses the line for food, and everything collapses. So cut the population in half, and you buy everyone room to breathe. That's the entire plan. Now, let's test it. Because this isn't even science fiction. Over 200 years ago, an English scholar named Thomas Malthus wrote almost exactly the same thing. People multiply, he warned, faster than food ever can, so mass starvation was mathematically certain. Thanos is basically Malthus with a gauntlet. So, was Malthus right? To find out, you need one single idea. That idea is exponential growth, the most misunderstood concept in all of math. Here's the trap. We think growth means adding 100 more, then another 100, a steady climb. But living things don't add. They multiply. One bacterium doesn't become 2, then 3. It becomes 2, then 4, then 8. Everyone splits. The bigger it gets, the faster it grows. Watch what that does. Start with 1. Double it, 2. Again 4. 8. 16. It feels slow and harmless for a while. But keep taking that same tiny step, just double. Only 30 times, and that single one becomes over a billion. Same little step every time. That is the quiet monster hiding inside the word growth. Here's a riddle that breaks people. Bacteria in a jar double every minute. At noon, the jar is completely full. So when was it half full? Almost everyone guesses way too early. The real answer is 11:59, 1 minute before the end. With exponential growth, you go from half empty, tons of room, to totally full in one step. And at 11:58, nobody in that jar is even worried. There's an ancient legend about this. A king offers a wise man any reward. The man points at a chessboard. Just give me rice. 1 grain on the first square, 2 on the second, for on the third, doubling all the way to square 64. The king laughs. Rice? That's nothing. He agrees on the spot. Huge mistake. Because by the halfway point, square 32, that single grain has doubled into more than 4 billion. And the board is only half done. The real explosion is still ahead. To finish, the king would owe more rice than has been grown in all of human history. Over 18 quintillion grains. He didn't lose to greed. He lost to exponential growth. A mountain of rice taller than Everest from 1 grain and a little doubling. And this exact monster is what Thanos thinks he can beat with a single snap. Good luck. So here's the real question. What does killing half do to something that doubles? Take our chain 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. Snap away half of that 16, and you get 8. But 8 was already on the list. You didn't stop the growth. You just stepped 1 square back, 1 doubling, and the very next step lands you right back on 16. How long is that 1 step? There's a gorgeous little rule you can do in your head. Take 70, divide by the growth rate as a percent, and you get the doubling time in years. Growing 1% a year? 70 divided by 1 is 70 years to double. 2%? Just 35 years. That's the whole formula. 70 over the rate. Now apply it. For most of the last century, humanity grew around 1.5% a year. 70 divided by 1.5 is about 50. Our numbers double roughly every 50 years. So Thanos snaps away half of everyone, and the math just shrugs. About 50 years later, we're right back where we started. He didn't save the future. He delayed it by one lifetime. And it's worse than that because history actually ran this experiment. When the Black Death tore through Europe, it killed up to half the population in a few years, a real-life snap. And then, the survivors had more land, more food, more room. So they had more children, faster. The population didn't limp back. It rebounded, in places growing quicker than before the plague. Do you see the trap Thanos walked into? He didn't remove the cause of the problem. He just knocked the number down for a moment. The doubling never stopped, which means in about 50 years, he'd have to snap again. And again, forever. He didn't save the universe. He signed it up for an eternal treadmill. Half of all life, erased, to buy 50 years. And then he has to do the whole thing again. This might genuinely be the worst plan in the history of the universe. And this is the mistake that matters. Thanos attacked the number of people, but the number was never the real problem. The rate is. How fast it doubles. Fixing the number while ignoring the rate is like bailing water out of a sinking boat without ever plugging the hole. You'll be busy forever, and you'll still go down. Here's a fact that quietly demolishes Thanos' whole premise. Right now, every single human on Earth, all 8 billion of us, could stand shoulder to shoulder inside a space the size of New York City. We are nowhere near running out of room. The crunch he feared was never about raw numbers. It's about how fast we consume and how we share. He solved the wrong variable. Twice. So, why does this fool everyone? Even a genius warlord? Because our brains are wired for straight lines. For almost all of history, 10 berries yesterday meant about 10 today. Add. Nothing in our instincts prepares us for a number that doubles. As one physicist put it, the greatest shortcoming of the human race is our inability to understand the exponential function. Okay, you might say, then don't kill anyone, just double the resources instead. Twice the food, twice the planets. Surely that fixes it? Here's the gut punch. If population doubles every 50 years, then doubling your resources buys you exactly 50 years. One doubling of supply, eaten by one doubling of demand. Against exponential growth, a one-time fix always buys the same tiny window. If that still feels abstract, look at your own bank account. It's the exact same math. Money in savings grows by a percentage, so it doubles on a schedule too. There's even a twin rule. 72 divided by the interest rate. At 7%, your money doubles about every 10 years. That's the good news. The bad news? It's precisely how debt quietly buries people. The Avengers had their own run-in with big numbers. Doctor Strange searched 14,605 possible futures and found only one where they win. Just watching that many futures, one per second, would take 162 days without sleep. And in that single winning timeline, look closely at what beats Thanos. Not a bigger snap. Undoing his. So, what does the math say actually works? Not attacking the number, lowering the rate. In reality, populations don't explode forever. They level off into an S-shape as societies grow richer and choose smaller families. Nature does it too. Every environment has a ceiling, a carrying capacity, and growth quietly flattens as it gets close. The answer was never to divide life in half. It was to bend the curve. And here's the twist Thanos never saw coming. In the real world, we're already bending that curve, not by killing, but by choice. As countries grow wealthier and better educated, families choose to have fewer kids. Global growth has quietly fallen from over 2% to under 1%. The snap was solving a problem that education was already solving for free. So, let's put the Mad Titans plan on trial. Did the snap ease overpopulation? For about 50 years, in exchange for trillions of lives. Did it fix the cause?
No.
Would he have to do it again forever?
Yes.
Final grade for the smartest villain in the universe. He flunked the one piece of math his entire plan depended on. But here's the beautiful part. You just understood something the most powerful being in the universe didn't. You can't beat exponential growth by subtracting once. You have to change the rate. That's the whole secret. If that rewired your brain a little, subscribe, because we dig up the math hiding inside your favorite movies. I'll see you in the next one.